Hello, welcome back to Oliver's greenhouse. Now I'm in full fervour now, completely healed from my absolutely horrendous throat infection, laryngitis, SARS, whatever it was. Anyway, I was feeling really crap for a couple of weeks, but I feel fine now, so we're back and I'm back in top form. There's only a very, very small video today. It's a miniature video for a miniature orchid. And some of the previous videos, this orchid has been mentioned and we've been waiting for it to be in bloom, and it is finally in bloom. So I've got the trusty bubble wrap clad magnifying glass. So we're going to be doing some magnifying glass action. I know you guys love it. And it's the Neolauchea. 2 blooms are open, there's another one coming. And yeah, I thought, as promised, we'd have a look at that today. And I'm afraid the weather is absolutely terrible. That's just this time of year. It's just been basically a week of consistent rain. We're looking at another week of consistent rain, followed by some snow. So we might have a white Christmas, because it's that time of year already. Can't believe it. Already almost Christmas. My least favourite time of year. My favourite time of year, so I'm very excited about that. Anyway, enough of that rubbish. Let's move you guys over, because the plant itself actually grows over here next to the Isabella, which is also in bloom, but it's almost going over. So it grows over on the wall and it grows right by that strut. Just there, you can see the purple blooms just poking out. So I'll move you guys, or I'll move the plant actually, and we'll have a look together. Okay, so here is this very twee little plant. Now, as most of you will know, we've had this plant's definitely had its ups and downs. I've definitely had some difficulties with it. It's a plant I bought years and years and years ago. I've probably owned this plant for over 10 years. And I've grown it in so many different ways. It was potted for a little while, and it kind of did okay in small orchid media, bark. It sort of plugged along, it was okay that. And then I tried in sphagnum moss to sort of get it going a little bit better, and it didn't like that at all. That basically killed it. And then I tried mounting it I put it in one of the saucer mounts like I've got down here, and that was almost the death knell. We were down to like 2 live bulbs. There was 3 bulbs in total, only 2 of which were alive. And I was like, damn it, what do I do with it? So it was one of those moments where it was like, this is either going to work or the plant's going to die. So I mounted it on this piece of cork backing here, with just a thin pad of sphagnum moss, tied it on with the fishing line, and just thought, you know what, fingers crossed it'll be okay. But you know, it wasn't looking very promising at that point. As soon as I mounted it again, it absolutely took off. So it was in the greenhouse over here, and it sort of quadrupled in a very, very small space of time. And now it's getting quite sizable again. We've got lots of nice fresh roots on it. And this year, so this is probably the first time it's bloomed in, I don't know, 7 years, 6 years, something like that. But it's got 2 lovely little flowers on it. It's got these beautiful purple blooms on it, and I'll bring them closer to the camera. And I've also got the magnifying glass somewhere in my back pocket. No, it's over there on the side. And I'll pick that up and we'll see if we can get a nice close-up. Okay, so here we have the little plant in front of you here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, it's made up of 16 little pseudo bulbs, and they've got this funny little, a bit like the Isabella, they've got like little tiny hairy strands which cover the pseudo bulbs, and it's produced these fantastic little purple flowers. They're similar in shape to Isabella. They are very closely related species, and what I'll do is I'll zoom in now and we'll see if we can get a bit more of a close-up. Okay, so here's the actual plant itself. You see there's some prolific root growth there. Lovely little pseudobulbs. You can just about make out the hairs which cover the actual bulbs themselves. And there are these very pretty little flowers. No other coloration other than the purple. If I get the magnifying glass out, hold on to your horses, this is going to be interesting. There we go. I'm sure this confuses the hell out of my camera. Hang on. There we go. It's about the best shot I'm going to get, I think. There we go. Okay, so there's another little bud appearing just by my finger, just here as well. Just see it there. It sort of pops out the base of the leaf in an unusual manner. Sort of comes out of the stem and the leaf. They're not really, they're almost like phylloclades really anyway, these are. They're more sort of like stems than leaves. So yeah, a lovely, pretty little miniature orchid with a couple of very nice blooms on. And a success story as well. It's always nice to save an orchid from the brink of death. So yeah, this is one of those stories. Okay, so there we have it. Fantastic little success story. A very happy orchid now, and it's rewarding us with some lovely blooms. I've noticed there's some new growth as well coming on it. So if any of you guys are out there growing this, my recommendation would be to cork mount it, high humidity and moderate light. It grows over on the back wall here, and it gets, there's sort of shade cloth on this side and shade cloth on half the roof on this side. During the summer, the shade cloth's completely down on this side because most of these orchids are very much a shade-loving type. Whereas over here, I've grown most of the carnivorous plants, so they get they like a lot higher light level. So, and it seems to work really well. Seems like lots of air circulation and to be kept sort of evenly damp. So it was either one of those criteria I wasn't fulfilling before. And like I said, we nearly lost it, but it's back with a vengeance, and I'm very pleased to see it looking so good. Like I said, one of the first orchids I ever purchased, and certainly one that holds a special place in my heart and in the greenhouse, because everyone remembers the first few orchids they bought. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you've enjoyed this very short little video. I tried very hard not to prattle too much, and make sure you tune in again for another episode of Oliver's Greenhouse. Thanks for watching.